Okay, everybody, ready to get to work? Let's get to work. So, it's been a while since my last live stream, and I apologize for that. So, we're doing a bit of color correction today, and you can see we're in the color tab. And this is kind of new territory for me, but what I'm very interested in today is exploring the Adobe Color Match tool. What that is we can go in here and we can do our color correction. So let's do a little bit of basic color correction to start. The exposure is good. I don't like to mess with the contrast, but I want to kind of mess with the shadows a little bit. I want to bring some things, makes things a little stronger. And maybe we can play with strengthening the blacks just a little bit. We don't want to crush them. Let's make it a little stronger. And play with the white balance, color temperature here. Really don't want to fix too much there. I think that I'm pretty happy with how it looks right in the middle. Tints? No, we don't want to add any tints. This is a little basic, brightening it up, deepening it. We can also go into, see this creative. I don't want to mess with any of this stuff. Looks, curves. It's always good to add just a little bit of a curve to things. This footage doesn't really need much of a curve though. Just strengthening it up. That looks pretty good. Alright, so we want to go into color wheel. Alright, let's have a look. Our midtones. See what happens when we drag it over a little bit. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Some basic color correction. I'm going to do most of my color effects in After Effects. It's probably not what a lot of people would do, but it's where I feel more comfortable. So what we want to do now is we want to do a, click here, comparison view. Alright. So what we have is we have, on this side we have the frame that we're at, the moment that we're at. Okay, click on there, and then here we have the moment that we want to match. So, here we go. Click on here, and I believe we want this face detection on because we want to match skin tones. And then we want to click apply match. And I have no idea what happened. Let's do Command Z, see if we can do the difference. Ah. Try it again. Apply match. That looks a lot different. Let's do this kind of a comparison view. It's kind of hard to compare these two because they're such different types of clips. Side by side. Let's see what's going on here with the highlights. Why'd it drop them down so much? There we go, that looks better. Maybe we can make this a bit bigger. That seems a bit better. Let's scroll through. Let's see about this clip here. This happens when we apply match there. Yeah, that looks better. Drag the highlights back down though. Maybe up a little bit. Maybe it was right. Don't want to crush the blacks too much. Alright, let's see how this does. Again, apply match. Let's give it a second. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Apply match. So this new feature, it's a machine learning feature in Adobe. You can see it's the color wheel and match. I wouldn't say use it for all of your color correction. So you can see right now it actually kind of bumped the highlights a little too far down for my liking there, but it's a good starting off point. Not bad. Let's save. Let's scroll along and see what else we can do here. Apply match. Oh, that one turned out pretty good. You can see I used, if you haven't watched my live streams before, I used a flat color profile on the camera called CineStyle. It's for DSLRs. There's a shot on a 7D. And so we want to strengthen these things up. But this is certainly taking a lot of work out of my schedule, which is great. Let's see how this works here. Apply match. Okay, now let's see how it looks because we pan down into the tunnel here. And this crushes the shadows quite a bit. But then when we panned up, we lose that. So let's see if we can keyframe that. Go into Effects Controls. Go into, let's see. Can we? Aha, we can. Let's put a keyframe in there. I think at about this point, we want to start to bump up the color a bit. So that when we scroll through, we've got nice color correction here, but when we pan down into here, we don't have the blacks crushed down too far. Let's go over to here, click that match button again. Nice. The highlight's a little too high. Let's bring them down just a bit. Bring the shadow back up a bit. Let's bring the midtones up. She seems a bit dark to me. I'm going to lighten her up. So as you can see, this match color tool isn't just going to automatically color correct everything for you, but it's going to help you a lot to match through. So let's save that. Let's turn off the comparison view and just play through this a bit. Scroll through that. Important thing is that the cuts match. This is looking a little yellow to me still. Overall looks pretty good though. Our transition down so the blacks didn't get crushed too badly worked nicely. Okay, so let's go back into here. Like I said, that just looks a little bit too yellow to me. Let's go into color correction. And let's see. Actually, no, color will match. So mid-tone, I'll pull this down a bit. Maybe in the highlight. There we go. think here it might be looking a little too yellow as well. It's looking a bit too blue. I think we can fix that. Zoom in on this. So important to me that the blacks don't get crushed down too far. Doesn't look too bad. And there you have it. That is the color match tool. Get your comparison going. Obviously, you do have to finesse it a bit. And use your split tool. I'm thinking it doesn't look any different. That's because I already color corrected it. Oh well. That's for comparison for pieces of footage. I get it. Yeah, I'm still learning it too. This just came out from Adobe, so make the mistakes with me. Anyway, that's all I'm going to do for now. I'm going to continue messing with this, but as far as a live stream goes or something you watch on YouTube, you probably don't want to sit around and watch me fiddle with it. But there is a lot more coming. More work on this movie, The Quantum Terror. There are future projects coming up. I'm also going to be doing some tutorials. I'm going to be reviewing some cell phone camera lenses. That's coming up soon. So if you enjoyed this tutorial and are looking forward to seeing some of my higher quality tutorials, please click the donate button below, or there's also, if you're watching this on YouTube or on any of my other social media, I have a Patreon, patreon.com/ChristopherMoonlight. Please consider becoming a patron, because I have a lot of stuff coming up, and the more patrons I have, the more I can up the quality of these tutorials. Also look out for the Quantum Terror trailer that is coming soon. We're working very hard. We have picture lock. Derek Hunt is doing the audio and the music at the moment, and I have another friend of mine who's going to be helping with the visual effects. We're going to be doing a lot more visual effects tutorials soon too. Higher quality stuff coming up. This isn't just about the live streams. There's going to be podcasts, The Practical People, household filmmaking podcast, tutorials on creating household practical effects. And also look out for, I'm hoping to do the Practical People practical effects around table. I've already talked to Alec Gillis of Studio ADI. He's agreed to be a part of it, and I'm hoping to get some other great practical effects, or just effects names in it. It doesn't just have to be effects, it can be filmmakers too. Anyway, I'm going to get back to work. You get to work, and thanks for tuning in.